Hi guys, welcome to my channel. For today's DIY project, we'll be making a lidded wall art using Dollar Tree mirrors and plates. This is a beautiful glam DIY wall art. I really love the way this turned out. So if you'd like to see how I made it, please continue watching. I'm using one pizza pan from the Dollar Tree. And these fairy lights, I'll be using just one. They come 6 to a pack. I'll leave a link in the description box in case you'd like to order these from Amazon. Everything that I'm using is from the Dollar Tree except these lights. So I'll be using just one light. I'm doubling the strand, so I'll start the last bulb next to the first. And I'm just using my hot glue to glue them in place. And I'm just gluing them right on the rim of that pizza pan. And I'll take it all the way around and they should be evenly spaced. So now we're done with that. It's looking good. So for my design, I'll be using these hexagon plates from the Dollar Tree, and they come 8 to a pack. They're paper plates. I'm going to place my first one in the center of my pizza pan and just glue it in place with my hot glue. Then I'll start going around the rim, and I'm just trying to make sure that they line up properly so they can fall in place neatly. And it's best for you to put the hot glue on the plate because it dries faster on the metal than it does on the paper. And I'll just continue to go around until it's complete. And this is the last one for this layer. And please do me a favor, if you like what you see so far, please give me a thumbs up. I'll really appreciate it. It helps my channel to grow, okay? Thank you. And now I'll flip it over and reinforce the back with my hot glue. Now it's time to add my second layer of plates, and I'm just making sure that the center of those two first plates, they're in the center of my flat side, and that way I can have a staggered look. And I'm just placing a bead of hot glue on all the points. And then I'm just going to place my plate in the center of my pizza pan. And I'm just trying to make sure that it's centered. And I'm just making sure that that flat side is overlapping the first two joints. Then I'll start adding my plate, placing a line of glue and 2 beads of glue where my plate will meet my pizza pan. And I'll continue adding my plates, going all the way around to complete my design. And then I use my hot glue to reinforce the seams. I then flip my wall art over, and I'm going to be using these skewers. They're the tiny skewers, 100 to a pack from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to use my spray paint to paint them. I'm just going to paint them white using spray paint because I'm out of acrylic, so I'll just spray paint those. While they're drying, I'm going to attach my light to the back. You want to attach it to one of the plates on the front for easy access. And I'm leaving the screws up so it will be easy for me to change the batteries when I'm ready. To hang my wall art on the wall, I'm going to be using this picture frame hook along with a piece of my 18 gauge aluminum wire. And I'm just going to use my E6000 to attach the wire to the back of the plate. And I'm also twisting the ends of the wire so it can have more foundation. And I'm just going to use a piece of paper to cover up my glue so I can continue working. My skewers are dry, so I measure the space where I want it to go and use my pliers to cut them. And I'm just using my hot glue to set it right in place. And I'm using that size skewers because if you notice the white in the plate, it's about the same width, so that adds a nice little touch to my design. For my mirror, I'm using a Dollar Tree mirror. I previously used this mirror, so I'm just reusing it. And I use my same Rust-Oleum white spray paint and I spray paint the frame. Then I'm just placing the mirror back and I'm using a little hot glue to hold it in. And I'm just snapping the back on. Because the plates are a little deep, I'm using these tower tumbling blocks. I'm using 3 of them, and I'm just using my hot glue to attach them to my mirror so I can glue them in place. And I'm using a generous amount of my hot glue for this, and I'll just find the center and place it. And this completes our DIY lidded wall decor. I'm really in love with the way this wall decor turned out. I'd like to hear from you. If you do like it, please give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment. I would love to hear from you guys. I really appreciate you watching, and I would love if you could join me in my next DIY. So please subscribe so you can get notified. Take care, and I'll talk to you in my next one. Bye bye.